Hello and welcome to my channel, Sagittarius. It's my channel, Light of Shaya. This channel is all about illuminating the spiritual path forward for people. And it is also my mission to bring messages of love and light to you. Today I'm bringing you a general reading for the month of June 2020. We're going to go ahead and see what's coming up for you, current energies that you're going through, any spiritual lessons that you're learning. Excuse me. I'm going to be using the Fairy Tarot deck here, and I'll be using the Celtic Cross spread. But before we get started, disclaimer, this is a general reading, so this message may or may not resonate with you. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. However, we are dealing with energies, so even if you are not a Sagittarius and you happen to stumble across this video may be for you if the message resonates. And although we are talking about June 2020, this video is still going to be considered timeless, simply because, once again, we are dealing with energies and time is fluid. So if you're watching this video right now, it is likely that this is the video meant for you. With that being said, I'd like to start off the reading with a few odd things that came through to me for you, Sagittarius. So for whatever reason, the song from childhood, the Hokey Pokey, came up in my head. You put your left foot in, you put your, or whatever, however it goes. I can't remember it quite off the top of my head here, but I thought that was interesting. But then the Knight of Wands popped into my head. So maybe there's a lot of in and out energy going on, perhaps somebody that you're dealing with. Interestingly enough, shortly afterwards, Touch My Body by Mariah Carey came into my head. I don't really listen to a lot of her music, but this is a very highly sexualized energy. So perhaps there's somebody that you've been thinking about that you have a lot of passion for, a lot of sexual attraction there, perhaps. You could be dealing with a player or somebody with player-esque kind of ways of being, or somebody you're just genuinely feeling very sexually attracted to. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but it's likely that you're experiencing a lot of sexual energy right now based off the different things that caught my attention. A spirit animal that you might want to take a look at is the penguin. The penguin came through to me. I was guided towards the heart chakra, so you may have to work on your heart chakra. I'll be lighting this candle for you in just a moment. Another odd thing that came to me was blueberry pie, or blueberries in general. I don't know, maybe one of you out there is a fan of blueberry pie, or maybe you shared some fond memories with somebody that maybe from childhood, or somebody that you went on a date with and you guys happened to have blueberry pie as a dessert. I don't know. I've never actually had blueberry pie, so I have no idea where that message came from. But yes, that's something that came to me very oddly. So a lot of very interesting, almost childlike energy coming through for you here, Sagittarius. So before I get started with the tarot portion, I'm going to get started first with some messages from our animal spirits here for you, for Sagittarius. I did pre-shuffle the cards, but I like to be thorough and shuffle them again here for you. So I'm going to be pulling from the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. What messages do our lovely animal spirits have for our lovely Sagittarians? I hope you are all doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me here, joining me today. All right. I'm being told to flip the cards here, cut, and shuffle once more. All right. Let me go ahead and move this deck a little bit out of the way here. And let's not forget to light your candle. So yes, you may have to, there may be an imbalance with your heart chakra. Your heart chakra may be opening up to new levels of love. You may need to listen to, perhaps, I'm hearing 5 to 8 hertz. 5 to 8 hertz, I think that's a solfeggio frequencies. I'm not sure what they're called exactly off the top of my head, but for some reason the number 5 to 8 is coming through 432 may also be a type of music you should listen to. This one wanted to come out. So we have Groundhog Spirit in the protection message. It says, time to let go. I'll be reading out of the book for that one for you, Sagittarius. What other messages do we have, spirit animals, for our lovely Sagittarians? Any messages? Our lovely, fiery, passionate, philosophical Sagittarians. Electric Eel in the protection message. It says, bring your ideas to life. Okay. Okay, interestingly enough, Elephant Spirit came out for you in the protection message. Scorpio got a very similar message. They also received the Elephant Spirit in the protection message. We got Vulture Spirit at the bottom of the deck in the protection message. Very interesting. It says here, nothing is wasted. So perhaps you're feeling that there was something that wasted your time, I'm hearing. Something that you felt that you invested in that probably didn't have the outcome that you were hoping for. I'm going to go ahead and show you these cards now. So here we got Elephant Spirit. Learn from the past. So this card is talking about old patterns that you have, belief systems. You may be holding on to something that no longer serves you. It could be a thought pattern, belief system. It could also be, excuse me. I do get the feeling of ancestral patterns. That was a really big thing about Scorpio last reading. Ancestral patterns, karma being cleared out. We'll see a little bit more in your reading about what that Elephant Spirit's about. But definitely there's things that you need to, and interestingly enough with Ground Spirit here, time to let go, there's definitely some things that you need to let go of, certain belief systems or ancestral patterns. And if you look at these two cards, actually, I'm noticing they have kind of like a tribal look to them. Do you see those designs? They have like paintings that look indigenous here. The Groundhog Spirit also has that. I'm really drawn to that, and look at the way he's holding on to that heart. There may be somebody that you're refusing to let go of, but we'll see in just a moment. Then we have Electric Eel Spirit. Bring your ideas to life in the protection message as well. Let's go ahead and read from the book here for you, Sagittarius. I'm very curious to see what this is all about. So I would like to ask you for just a little bit of time here while I look for these messages. Thank you for your patience. So Electric Eel, we're going to go ahead and start with this in the protection message here. And I'm going to go ahead and see about showing you the booklet here so you can kind of read along if you'd like to. It says, ideas need to percolate, as they rarely download in detailed form. Have you too quickly dismissed an epiphany because you couldn't see where it might lead you? Have you rushed to follow the muse without taking time to contemplate the meaning of your aha moment? Perhaps your dream will take a different form than you first imagined, morphing into something else that is even better. Spirit's plans are often hard to discern, but so much more satisfying once they have taken over from your own predetermination. Maybe your big idea is taking more time to shape than you expected. Have you considered that you are meant to learn something in the process of bringing it into being? Commit to transformation and to learning any lessons this new venture will bring, and soon you will see that your aha was even more valuable than you realized when you first felt it electrify you. Wow. Okay. So there could have been, maybe that's what that Knight of Wands is all about, very fiery, passionate energy. So this sexual energy could very well be creative energy. You may have had some sort of epiphany that really just was like, whoa, I need to do something about this now. And so with that in and out energy, I'm feeling maybe you started it and then like pulled back, and then started it and pulled back. Maybe that could be something that occurred. Perhaps you tried to move in too quickly without considering other possibilities, perhaps. But this is a very, very powerful message for you right now. You may need a little more clarity and a little bit more learning and knowledge surrounding something that you had an epiphany about. For Groundhog Spirit, the number 31 here in the protection message, it says here, have you been relentless in your efforts to revive something that has passed its prime and needs to die away? A situation, a relationship, a belief, or a habit that served you once but no longer fills you with vitality. Perhaps you automatically expect to see the world through a specific lens based on the familiar. Groundhog Spirit has appeared to let you know it's time to accept that the past is the past. So allow yourself to feel the loss and grieve. If you need to. Any sadness will not last forever or overwhelm you. Knowing Spirit is with you and wants you to experience joy and excitement again will help you through this this transition from the old to the new. Keep your eyes open, for winter always gives way to spring and endings always give birth to beginnings. For now, let yourself feel your emotions, releasing them to make way for the joy that awaits you. Spring and new growth are on their way, for that is Spirit's promise to you. All right, so especially with the heart chakra here, candle that I got, this could have been something, a relationship, a job, something that you're feeling that you don't want to let go of. It could be a pattern, a thought pattern, like I was mentioning with Elephant Spirit. And maybe you did have a sense of clarity surrounding this, but you're like, nah, like maybe not. And then there are times perhaps where you're like, but this makes sense. And then you go back and say, no, that might not be the case. And it's like you're vacillating, you're moving back and forth. That's maybe why that Knight of Wands was coming through in that Hokey Pokey song, because there could be moments where you're like, yes, and then no, and then yes and no. So that might be something to look at. If that's not the case, it could just be an epiphany that you had. You're realizing you need to start letting go of things that no longer serve you, but you're afraid of taking that leap of faith. You're afraid of starting that new beginning. So this is a very powerful message here for you, Sagittarius, for you to take into consideration. I'm going to go ahead and get started now with the Celtic cross spread here for you. What messages do we have for our lovely Sagittarians? I already pre-shuffled the cards, but I like to be extra thorough with these. Make sure I bring you the right messages. What message do we have here? June 2020, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Sagittarius, please. Whew, cards are being extra slippery today. Kind of feeling that in and out energy for sure. There could be just a sense of okay. All right. 8 of Summer. 2 of Spring. So with the 8 of Summer, you may have chosen to walk away from something. That is the 8 of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. 2 of Spring. Planning, perhaps. There's a blockage of some sort about waiting, perhaps, or something that you were hoping and planning for. I'll go ahead and clarify these cards in just a moment here, but we have in the past energy, 9 of Winter, so being very stuck in your head about something, sleepless nights, having a lot of fears surrounding a particular issue. We have the 10 of Spring. So the way that you're moving forward with this, you're feeling very burdened right now. There could be, you have not 2 10s. I don't know why I was thinking the 10 of Swords right now. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. So we have another 10 here. So yeah, it looks like you're closing out a lot of cycles here, Sagittarius. The Magician, okay, so your foundation, what led you to the situation here, the Magician, there could have been, you might be manifesting something, you were trying to manifest something, but you felt the need to walk away from something for sure, and you're kind of waiting for something to happen. Here in the external energy, we have the Dreamer, the Fool, so taking a leap of faith. This could be, usually in this position, this is kind of my message from Spirit or lessons from Spirit. So Spirit might be really pushing you right now towards beginning something new. I'll show you these cards individually in a moment. We have the Ace of Spring here for the external influences. Ace of Wands, time to take action. Excuse me, in the internal influences. I don't know why it said external. So you're wanting to move forward passionately towards something. In the hopes and fears, we have the Ten of Autumn or the Ten of Pentacles. So you're really wanting, you're hoping for abundance. You're hoping for the happy home, stable foundation, but you're also afraid that that may not come. And then for the outcome here, we have the Princess of Spring. So if there's going to be a lot of optimism, enthusiasm coming up, things are going to start looking a bit better for you here. And we do have 1, 2, 3 major arcana, 4 wands here. So definitely very fiery, passionate, potentially very sexual energy here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Winter. So this could be you or somebody you're dealing with, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But with the Queen of Winter here, or the Queen of Swords, you may have cut somebody out or be needing to cut somebody out. It says here, let go of people or things that no longer serve you. That message is coming out very strongly here for you, Sagittarius, with the groundhog spirit, time to let go, with the elephant spirit, talking about also letting go of old patterns and belief systems. And below that, we have the Emperor here, which is a card of control. So perhaps you're trying to control an outcome. I'm looking at the heart here as well. That's interesting. We have the world here and the heart. So it could be that since the heart is separated here and being contained in a ball of light, it's perhaps like you're trying to separate your emotions, or perhaps you're just trying to control a situation that would otherwise have you feeling emotional. This could be an Aries in your life, or somebody, you could have Aries in your chart, but very, very fiery, passionate energy coming through here. There's definitely something that you need to let go of. Something that you're walking away from currently, perhaps. Let's go ahead and start clarifying. I heard ethereal visions. Okay, we're going to be clarifying today with the ethereal visions deck. Is that correct? Yes, ethereal visions. So let's start clarifying here. So it looks like there's something you walked away from. It looks like you have a bright future ahead of you, but there's something blocking. Perhaps you're not making the progress that you need. Perhaps there's a partnership that you need to enter or walk away from. Something has caused you a great deal of anxiety, Sagittarius. A great deal of anxiety, lots of burdens. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, okay? You know what? I'm seeing a lot of 10s here, and sorry, give me just one moment. So we have the wheel, we have the 10 of spring, right? And then I'm seeing here the magician, but I'm also seeing the fool, and this together makes that 10. So you might be seeing a lot of 10s. You might be seeing 10-10. 10-10 may be an angel number you need to look into. But it looks like Spirit is trying to teach you how to start new beginnings, when to start cutting things out that no longer serve you. And with these messages, or what's going on with you is faded here with the wheel. There's a turn of luck. See, it says here, sudden or unexpected good luck. A new car or travel, perhaps. This is all divinely guided, Sagittarius. Why is the 8 of Summer here? Why is the 8 of Cups here? We have the Knight of Cups. Perhaps there was an offer of love from somebody. A water sign, perhaps. A Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that may have tried offering you love. Doesn't necessarily have to be. We have the 6 of Pentacles here with equal give and take. So there could have been somebody that was taking too much from you. You were giving too much to a certain situation, and you felt the need to walk away from it. This card here. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, so it looks like there was definitely, and then we have Judgment at the bottom of the deck here. So this is divine guidance. This is a renewal, a rebirth of the self. So this action that you took has brought you perhaps a sense of renewal and clarity, or this action that you're about to take or leaving something behind is very necessary in order for you to start stepping into your true power, I'm hearing. There could be somebody that you walked away from that gave you a love offer of some sort. Somebody that may have you may have invested a lot of time and energy into. Perhaps they didn't give you what you deserved in turn. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, this could have been a business opportunity. It could have been money that was involved. Perhaps you were giving somebody too much money. With the Knight of Cups here, I am getting romance because he is a very romantic energy. So it is likely that you were dealing with a love interest or somebody that you felt that you loved, that you may have walked away from because there was simply not enough to keep things going, I'm hearing. Because the Ace of Pentacles is potential. Perhaps they made you an offer with a lot of potential, but you're just feeling that you had to take a moment to step away from this. Interesting. We have the Two of Spring. The obstacle. Why is the Two of Spring here, or the Two of Wands? Oh, goodness. Okay, lots of energy here. Okay, so you know what? This card for sure, this one, and I'm feeling the Tower for sure. That Eight of Wands wanted to come out earlier, but I wasn't sure if I should take it. So Eight of Wands, very fast, swift communication, perhaps travel. Once again, another 8 with the Two of Spring here. 8 and 2 equals 10. So it's likely that this has been a burden to you, and this burden is something that you want to let go of. Let me show you these cards here with the Eight of Wands. This is very fiery, passionate energy moving in very quickly. We have the Fool here, a brand new beginning, a leap of faith. Perhaps you're afraid to start something new, to walk away from something. There could be a new beginning that you need to move towards. And there may have been a Tower moment that occurred in your life. Something that basically Spirit came in and said, nope, it's time to shake things up here for you. Bottom of the deck, we have Hermit, the Hermit. So there could have been a combination of like really needing to go within, but really wanting to move towards something at the same time. There's been a lot of, I'm getting a lot of like polar opposite energies, like you're really just wanting movement perhaps, but things aren't really happening the way that you want them to, which really ties into the whole letting go aspect of things. You may have had an epiphany. This Tower moment may have been that epiphany that the Electric Eel Spirit was talking about, and this is you trying to move towards a new beginning after this, but there's a lot of vacillation. I'm hearing like back and forth. This could be back and forth communication between you and somebody, probably the person that you chose to walk away from. This person that you chose to walk away from probably puts you into this Nine of Swords energy. Why is the Nine of Winter here, Spirit? We have the Ten of Cups. Emotional, okay. The Three of Swords, yeah, most definitely. Some heartbreak going on here for you, Sagittarius. You feel like perhaps you could have had the happy home, the happy family with this person, but they simply weren't giving you what you needed, I think. Queen of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. You may have chosen to cut this person out, or you're moving towards cutting this person out. There may have been harsh words exchanged. I'm hearing this happy outcome may have been stripped away from you for whatever reason that's coming through. The Ten of Cups is talking about the happy family, complete and total emotional fulfillment here. You could kind of see this couple here holding that baby lovingly and really just being in love with each other and in love with life. There's just that they're sitting beneath the shade of a big tree here, and there's just that sense of contentment. I feel like you may feel that this was taken away from you, I'm hearing. I'm not sure why I'm getting that impression. We have the Three of Swords. This could have been somebody that clearly broke your heart in the past. This is why you were having various sleepless nights. It could be that this was a result of a third-party situation. Perhaps somebody stepped out of a commitment to fool around with somebody else. There may have been like cheating involved, unfortunately. This is really coinciding with the heart chakra candle here. It looks like you may need some healing, need to go through the pain in order for you to heal this. I'm so sorry to hear that. We have the Four of Pentacles. It's almost like you didn't want to let go of this, whatever that thing that you had going on in your life, whatever this heartache is, this pain. It's like, I'm getting the impression you didn't want to let go of that family, that happy potential, that happy home, the emotional fulfillment. You were holding on to that like a treasure, and it's something that you're once again not wanting to let go of. But there's a great deal of heartache here. I'm so sorry to hear that, Sagittarius. That's awful. But we do have good energy coming through here. You have the Wheel and the Princess of Spring. So if you're going through this hard time, trust me when I say things are going to get a whole lot better, okay? We have the Queen of Cups clarifying the Ten of Spring. This could have been emotions. You're very intuitive right now. You're very feeling very emotional. Yeah, oh yes. Okay, so we have the Empress here. So you're feeling very burdened right now. It could be you were dealing with this could be for some of you a same-sex connection, doesn't have to be, but you have the Queen of Cups here. It could be a, goodness, why can I not think, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that you were dealing with that left you feeling very burdened. They could have, this is somebody who's very aware of their emotions and is able to express them. So perhaps this is you. You may feel very emotionally overwhelmed right now. We have the Empress here. So this could be you, your energy, the way you're moving forward is trying to stand in your strength and power, being really sure of yourself, trying to be as sure of yourself as possible, like really just trying to take care of yourself, nurture yourself. You could have been dealing with a Libra or a Taurus, as the Empress is, I believe, both Libra and Taurus energies. Yeah, there's definitely a great deal of fertility. There could have been a pregnancy involved for a small percentage of you. And then we have the Artist here. So you may have been looking back at things very fondly. I'm seeing this could be causing you a great deal of pain, and just it's like I'm getting that feeling of overwhelming emotion, and I'm getting that maybe you should consider, if you're not doing this already, journaling. I'm getting the sense that perhaps by jotting down these feelings, like getting them out on paper, this may help you deal with the healing process. But it looks like you're just looking at things from afar, trying to basically compartmentalize things, I'm hearing. You could be just trying to take a step back and I'm hearing the word detach from your emotions, I'm feeling. Maybe because you feel overwhelmed by them and you don't know how to proceed. Creativity is going to help you a great deal here. Creativity helps you transmute these energies, okay, Sagittarius? So look into, yeah, here we have the Six of Wands, wanting victory. You want to emerge victorious. You want to move forward and away from this, this very heavy energy. But yes, creativity will help you out a great deal. So if you're into artwork, if you're into any sort of artwork, and even singing, like singing will help you. Like sometimes emotions will come up when singing. If you need to cry, let it all out. Tears are very healing for you. Our emotions aren't something that we're supposed to run away. We're supposed to embrace them and experience them, because they're kind of like an internal compass. They kind of tell you what's right and what's wrong, right? And these emotions help us purge out any of these toxic feelings that we have. So don't be afraid to express yourself in that manner, okay? Why is the Wheel here? Clarify the Wheel. Okay, got one card flying out here. I'll turn it over in just a moment. We got the Two of Pentacles. This one. Ace of Wands, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Wands, feeling weary, feeling tired, but you're almost there. And then with the secondary Ace of Wands here, that's the Ten of Wands again. We got another 10 here. So it's likely that you're really just wrapping up the completion of a cycle. We have the Five of Swords here. So with the wheel, there is definitely in the near future going to be a turn of luck. However, there is some stuff that you're going to have to look at. With the Five of Swords, it could have been a deceptive energy, some conflict that you'll be coming into. But I'm thinking this conflict is coming more internally than it is externally for whatever reason. I'm looking at the way it looks almost like he's in a state of contemplation. So right now I'm hearing you may be your own worst enemy, oddly enough. This could be the energy of self-sabotage. So there could be old thought patterns that you need to let go of, okay? But things are turning out in your favor, okay? Things are going to start getting better. There may be a period of indecision or a need to balance things out. With this Wheel of Fortune here, things, like I said, will be getting better, but it's time, I'm hearing prioritize. It's time to start looking at your priorities. What is it that you value in life? And what is it that you really want to put your focus onto, okay? And then we have the Ace of Wands. So brand new passionate beginning. This is very sexual energy. You may be very sexually attracted to somebody, and perhaps that's the reason you're having a hard time letting go of someone. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but there's definitely that's probably why I was getting all of that fire sexual energy. There's a lot of creativity trying to be sparked through you right now, whatever that outlet may be. It differs per person, but there's definitely a lot of expression that needs to come out, a lot of creativity, okay? So you're going to be moved towards a passionate new beginning here. After a time of burden, of fighting and feeling weary, you're almost at the end here. Why is the Magician here? Okay, we have Death and the Two of Cups. This could have been a union that you had with somebody. Somebody may have been, I'm hearing, wearing a false mask. Somebody that you thought you could trust, perhaps, wasn't all that trustworthy. I'm not sure why that's coming through. That may be for some of you out there. And so you needed to put an end to this situation. Yeah, there's that Judgment card again. There's definitely, okay. Okay. Let me show you here that we got the Two of Cups. Definitely a union of some sort, a soulmate connection. Death here is transformation. You may have been dealing with a Scorpio, perhaps. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but this union may have been put to an end of some sort. You may have gone through some form of transformation. Transformation comes through very heavily in the Death card here. I'm really looking at her here. It looks like she's weeping. So there's definitely a lot of loss, pain, and sorrow coming through. With the Judgment card, this is, once again, it's like you're hearing a call. There's a calling of some sort that you know. There is something that you're being guided to, and you have like a visceral feeling, like you can really feel that there's a new beginning on the verge of happening, that you've been manifesting. You've been manifesting this. This could be a new soulmate connection that you've been manifesting to come in after dealing with somebody who broke your heart, or somebody that you've been dealing with in the past. The working theme of this entire reading, Sagittarius, is about letting go of things that no longer serve you. These two cards really strongly resemble that as well. So you may be coming into a powerful soulmate connection once you learn to let go of something that no longer serves you. With the Magician here, we have the spirals here. One of the tarot readers that I love watching, I forgot what the name of her channel was. It's like a pretty long name, but she usually says that when you find spirals in cards, they resemble healing. So you've potentially been trying to heal yourself, trying to heal from all this heartbreak and pain. But this is infinite potential here. He's holding the sign of infinity here. There's a lot of light work here, so you may be a light worker of some sort, and perhaps this is these are lessons Spirit is bringing into your life in order for you to pursue your purpose of bringing healing into this world. Why is the Dreamer here, or the Fool, and the external influences? We got the Page of Cups, perhaps an apology coming in. There could be somebody wanting to apologize to you. This could be a leap of faith in new love. see here. We have the Nine of Swords again. Goodness. Definitely. Okay. Definitely. Okay. We have the Eight of Swords here. So somebody may be feeling bound to this situation mentally. There's a lot of mental anguish here. I'm hearing mental anguish, a lot of despair, a lot of sadness, sleepless nights, a lot. I mean, look at this card here. It's very heavy energy. There's a leap of faith that needs to be taken, but I'm hearing this is a lesson from Spirit about a leap of faith that needs to be taken, but somebody is really stuck in their head about something. Perhaps they're afraid. Perhaps they're afraid of offering an apology to you. This could be a water sign. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, wanting to come in with some sort of apology, or perhaps this is a child that you've been dealing with, or this could also be a love offer. It could be an apology, a love offer. It could be perhaps a new creative idea. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Sorry, I'm taking a moment to kind of tap in here. I'm feeling there needs to be, it's almost like you're looking for a breath of fresh air is what I'm hearing. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. It's almost like you feel like you're drowning. I'm just getting that sensation of like drowning, of like barely keeping your head above water, and it feels like you're just struggling to keep afloat. And there's definitely a need for you to move away from something. There may be physical moving for some of you, but this is a moving away from something. Moving away from something that no longer serves you. Moving away from I'm hearing immaturity. This card is really screaming immaturity to me right now. There's somebody that you may have been dealing with who is incredibly immature, and you're trying to move away from them. This is probably a highly spiritual lesson from Spirit here about moving away from things, moving away from people who clearly do not value you, who do not care about you, people who put you into this place of despair, of sadness, of just being stuck in your head. And Spirit is saying that you need to move away from this to heal yourself, prioritize yourself, I'm hearing. Oh goodness, Sagittarius. There's a lot of good energy trying to come into you, but I feel like perhaps because you're not wanting to let go of something, you're not allowing that new beginning to start. Okay, we have a few cards that came out in the internal influences here for the Ace of Spring. I'll show you them in a minute, but it's the King of Cups and the World fell out. So you feel like perhaps you put an end to a situation, or you're wanting to put an end to a situation, closing out of a cycle. This could have been a karmic cycle for some of you that you've just been feeling deeply. Okay, we have the Six of Cups. We have the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck, so definitely conflict. There's a lot of conflict. It could be with a masculine energy, a King of Cups energy, somebody who's emotional but may not always demonstrate their emotions. This could be you. This could be you embodying the more logical approach to emotions, like being in touch with your emotions but not allowing them to rule you, I'm hearing. You're feeling the need to take action towards something, taking action towards perhaps completing a cycle, completing something, maybe moving. This is definitely a card of travel, so maybe moving away from somebody or something. And then we also have the Six of Cups here. So you could be feeling very nostalgic towards when times are better. Perhaps this could be a connection that you've been in for quite a while, and you're just really reminiscing and thinking about the good times, thinking about the memories you may have shared with this person or with somebody. They could have been from your childhood or somebody that you have known for quite a long time. And you may have formed a very, very strong bond with this person, and you're very fond of them. But this could be just you feeling nostalgic towards maybe a King of Cups, somebody, a masculine, like I said, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then with the World, really just completing that cycle. You're wanting to breathe in new life into your life. And you're tired of fighting, I'm hearing. You're tired of the arguments. You're tired of having to deal with the BS of others. 10 of Autumn being clarified by the 2 of Swords here. What other messages do we have for the hopes and fears for our Sagittarians here? The Chariot. Okay, this is quite a few cards here. Hopes and fears clarified, please. Okay, there we are. King of Wands. We have Justice at the bottom of the deck. There could be some legalities, some signing of contracts that you're afraid. Perhaps there may be a divorce that you're afraid to move towards. This could be, if you're dealing with a person, remember the energies could go back and forth. Excuse me, let me take a sip of water, excuse me. Alrighty, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. I'm going to go ahead and read this one out to you. It says, take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. So you may be afraid of harming your loved ones, or perhaps there's children involved and there may be a divorce for some of you out there that you're afraid of how it'll affect the children. This doesn't necessarily have to be the case for all of you, but for the majority of you, this could just be about abundance, hoping for a more, you're looking for that happy family where there's a great deal of stability. You're hoping for that, but you're afraid that you may not get there. 2 of Swords here. This is about indecision, about perhaps not wanting to make a decision. You're afraid of making a decision. Your heart chakra here is closed up. That really coincides with the heart chakra candle here. This could be a person that you're dealing with. Once again, this could be the energy of a person. However, this could be you afraid of making a decision that you'd much rather kind of stay in the dark about it, I'm hearing. The Chariot here is about forward movement. This could be about a car. For a small percentage of you, this might have to deal with a car of yours. Perhaps you share a car with somebody, or you're afraid of not being able to make a car payment on time, but this is probably for a small percentage of you. What you're really wanting is victory, forward movement towards your happy family, that stable foundation. And you're afraid that you may not be able to get there. Interestingly enough, we do have the conflicting energies of the 2 of Swords of indecision, but wanting to move very quickly towards something. And then we have the King of Wands here, another very fiery, passionate energy. You could be hoping for a King of Wands. You could be hoping that somebody grows up, I'm hearing, that somebody starts behaving like an adult. This won't be for everybody, but this may be a hope that you have, or a fear that you may have that this person may not start behaving this way. This could be your energy here. This is the fire sign here. I'm seeing the lions here, so this could be a Leo coming through, but it could also be an Aries or a fellow Sagittarian. But this is the entrepreneur of the tarot deck as well. So is the Emperor, but the King of Wands is definitely an entrepreneurial kind of energy. So there could be something that you want, something that you're very passionate about, that you're hoping will get off the ground, or something that you invested in with a great deal of passion that you're hoping will continue to move forward. But with all this indecision, it seems that may not be the case in terms of your fears, because remember, this is kind of in your head. But definitely with the Justice card here, this could be dealing with balancing out the scales. You could be dealing with a Libra. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You could have Libra in your chart. You're hoping for balance in a situation, or you're afraid of some sort of like legal matter, a signing of a contract, something along those lines. Okay, so why is the Princess of Spring here? This one here. 3 of Cups. So we have a reconciliation or a celebration coming up for you. This could be somebody that you're dealing with that you want to reconcile with. Page of Swords. Another card of I'm feeling immaturity. There could be spying going on. There could be the Page of Swords is often the like spying on your social media card. This could also be communication that comes through that may be kind of immature, not all that grounded. It could be like somebody that comes in with a simple message of like, "Hey, how are you?" When perhaps if you had like some sort of falling out with that person, you'd be like, wow, you have a lot of nerve coming up to me saying, hey, how are you? I don't know why I'm getting that energy from this. But overall, since the Princess of Spring is here, it says it's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. So definitely creativity is coming out very strongly in this reading. This could be a brand new idea that you have. The Page of Swords is about brand new ideas. So you could have had an epiphany once again with the electric eel spirit, and this is going to make you feel very enthusiastic, very energetic, very passionate. This could lead you to a moment of like celebration, of happiness, of coming together with people. This could be a reconciliation with somebody, and this is going to make you feel quite happy. And then we do have the Hanged Man here, however. So once again, being placed in that state of non-movement, of staying stuck. And interestingly enough, if you look at the Hanged Man here and the artwork, he's holding on to the very string that is keeping him suspended. So yes, the fall will probably hurt, but it's probably necessary for you to get out of this energy. So once again, there may be things that you need to let go of, whatever this rope represents for you, letting go of that rope. There may be something holding you back, Sagittarius, something that you're afraid of taking a leap of faith, perhaps, because you're afraid of how much it'll hurt when you hit the ground. All right, that's very interesting energy for you here. There's a lot of really heavy stuff coming up, but there's a lot of good stuff as well. A lot of very highly spiritual lessons for you. It looks like you need to learn to let go of things for sure. That energy is coming through very strongly. There could be resentments that you've been holding on to that no longer serve you. But let's go ahead and get into the angel and ancestor messages here. Some messages from your angels and ancestors. If you're liking the content so far, please do hit that like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. I want to get these messages out to as many people as possible because I'm very passionate about illuminating the spiritual path forward. That's kind of what my channel is about. I really do want to help people out. So thank you for those of you who do. And if you don't, that's okay too. No judgment here. What is the angels and ancestors messages for our Sagittarians here? Any messages from their angels and ancestors that want to come through? Angels and ancestors, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Sagittarius, please. It says, trust your talents in changing times, Spirit Fox. Okay, so there's definitely, once again, that creativity is coming through very strongly. You may have had a creative idea of some sort, and Spirit is just saying that you need to trust in your talents. Sorry, quite a few cards fell out there. Oh. Okay, this one. Ignite your passions, Fire Guardian. Okay, that energy really coincides with what the overall arcing theme of this is. There's definitely a lot of passion here, a lot of desire, and these desires of yours could be sparking your creativity. Okay, here we go. Bottom of the deck, we have Druid, hold the space. So hold the space for these new beginnings to come in. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So Spirit is asking you right now to start looking at things from a higher perspective. We tend to be very grounded in the material realm, and Spirit oftentimes is trying to communicate through us. Okay, that needed to come out through us, but what I meant to say was to us. So this, since I said that, this message probably is very important to you right now. Yeah, you definitely need to look at things from a different perspective and move forward. There's definitely like a very heavy forward movement with this card. With Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. So you could be going through a great deal of transition here, especially with all that heartbreak and this kind of spiritual ascension energy going on. Trust your talents. Trust in your capabilities. Trust in what you're capable of, despite all of the transitions you're going through. And ignite your passions. It's very important for you to use that fire inside of you to fuel yourself and move forward. I'm going to go ahead and read the Spirit Fox message here for you. From the book. Give me just one moment while I find it. I do appreciate your patience here. Are you gonna let me find ya, Spirit Fox? Of course, in typical Fox fashion, you're being pretty dodgy right now, not letting me find you. Interesting. Okay, these are the animals here. Okay, I guess maybe this message doesn't need to come out as strongly as I thought it did. Ah, there you are. Okay, thank you for your patience. I'm so sorry about that. It says here, stay alert as changes in the air. I'm going to read the extended message. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring, because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted and threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are, and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. Okay, so there's definitely, there is a lot of new energy trying to come in. That might be what the Druid's about, holding the space for that new energy to come in. Perhaps once again, since you're not allowing yourself to let go of past patterns and these epiphanies that you've been having, you've probably been getting insights towards what you need to move towards, but you're kind of afraid of taking that step forward. And this is why Spirit is probably trying to teach you the energy of the Fool, the dreamer. Follow your passions, follow and ignite your passions. Allow those passions to lead you towards that calling that you have. A very spiritual message there for you. I do want to say, I completely forgot, for your outcome here, I did see the star at the bottom of the deck, so there's a lot of healing coming your way too. What messages do our angels have? Messages, please, for Sagittarius from our angels. This is from the Angel Prayer Oracle deck. Any messages here, loving angels? This one here. Healthy choices. Okay, so there may be some healthy choices that need to be made. There could be like eating habits that you have, like maybe a change of diet that is necessary. Probably need to eat perhaps some more leafy greens, fruits and vegetables. Don't forget to hydrate. Drinking water is very important at this time. And then, of course, healthy choices in the emotional realm. Is there something that's been causing you pain or heartache that you need to let go of? Perhaps boundaries need to be put in place. Studying and learning. Right, so that really coincides with the electric eel spirit earlier when we were talking about studying and learning a subject. There may be an idea that you have that required you to take action towards, but you need to also take the time to learn about what it is that you're trying to move towards. At the bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Jophiel. Thank you, Jophiel, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. That's so pretty. I mean, look at that. She's so pretty. That's you. That's you, Sagittarius. You're beautiful. So you may be, perhaps you've been even having issues with your self-worth regarding this situation. And I certainly hope not, because I mean, I know self-worth is a difficult lesson to learn at times. Self-love, maybe that's what that heart chakra candle is about. Maybe you need to start really turning that love onto yourself, especially with that Empress energy about how you're moving forward. So yeah, thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy choices, definitely. So once again, like I said, diet, water, exercise perhaps may be necessary. We have the studying and learning. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. There is a lesson in every day. And this could be something that you need to study up on and learn about regarding that epiphany, that new creative beginning that you want here with the Ace of Wands. And then we have trustworthy friends. Thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. So there may be friends that you have around that have been wanting to help you, and don't disregard them, because they can help you out during these times. This card is also telling me that you have angels and your spirit guides trying to help you out behind the scenes. They've been trying to probably deliver messages to you, letting you know, like, hey, you are loved and we're here for you. Alrighty, Sagittarius. I'm going to close out your reading in just a moment here. Just going to pull a few more cards from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. From the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Let me just go ahead and finish that. What messages do we have, animal spirits, for our lovely Sagittarius? Bottom of the deck, we have Panther. This is also, basically, I consider this the tower of the animal spirit deck. So definitely a lot to do with your foundations, fears that you may be having. We have the elk and the spider. So spider is a very maternal energy. She is the creator. She's the universal creator. I'll be looking, I'll go ahead and read from the book for both of these here. And elk is a very powerful creature as well. I'm seeing the reds and the yellows here, so there could be some imbalances perhaps with your root chakra and your solar plexus, perhaps even your sacral chakra, or this could be the energy of creation just flowing through you. Let's go ahead and read from the guidebook here for spider and elk. Oops. Drop the book there. Give me just one moment here while I find these animals for you so we can get this message out. Thank you for your patience. I think these are these both earth energies? Yes, they are. So lots of earth energy trying to come through. So here we have spider. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. So definitely, there is definitely a need for playful creativity here. So consider if you have some sort of creative thing that you're into. I mean, it could be anything, even something as simple as like coloring, like doing coloring books, drawing, painting, singing, playing an instrument that you like. That's coming through very strongly here if you're feeling out of balance. But there's definitely a highly spiritual lesson here for you, because it's saying, let's see here. You're weaving of the threads of financial and spiritual abundance, basically. And it is hard work, and that's probably what you're feeling. Perhaps that's why you've also been vacillating, as you're aware of the amount of work that this may need, but Spirit is encouraging you to continue forward. I would like to say that if you're not feeling appreciative, enthusiastic, or prosperous, you will be stepping into this energy soon with the Princess of Spring, but I'd like to take a moment to talk about mindfulness with you. And I've been linking putting a link in the description box of all my videos of The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. It's an excellent book. I highly recommend it. I would recommend reading it or listening to that audiobook. But this mindfulness is so important for all of us. And I'm going to go ahead and run through an exercise with you, or more of a, it's more of a question, but I want you to experience the bliss of being who you are, because we are in this material realm, and the true essence of our being is that of being, simply to be. That is the energy of source. Source always is and always will be, and we too are a spark of the creator. So we are the essence of that. It's simply to be. So the question is as follows, and please do stick around for this. The question is, what do you think your next thought will be? Alrighty, so if you asked yourself that question, it is likely that there was a period of silence in your mind. And that period of silence is mindfulness and is your true essence. Your mind may go a million miles per hour when you think about the future, which causes a great deal of anxiety. And when you look at the past, it could also bring out very painful memories. And the pain body likes to experience the same thing over and over and over again to give it validation, to give it that sense of what is it called? Oh goodness, I lost my train of thought there. Not, I lost the word. But basically the pain body wants to continue to experience the same thing. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing. It's a cycle, it's a loop that it wants to keep experiencing that pain to grow itself, because it wants validation. That's the word I was looking for. So mindfulness helps break this, because you'll start to realize that the only true moment that ever exists is now. There is no future, and the past has already happened. So the only moment that exists truly is right here, right now. You listening to me in this very moment, that is your essence. And when you start living through that lens, you're going to start experiencing life in a very different manner. You're going to start seeing beauty in things that you never really noticed before. You may look at a flower while you're out on a stroll and say, oh, that's beautiful, but it's in passing. Have you ever truly looked at the flower and saw all of the intricate things that made up the flower? Its scent, the color, the texture of the leaves, of the petals, just seeing the imperfections in it as well. There's a lot of beauty in that, and that beauty is the beauty of source, right? So I went a little bit on a tangent there, but I kind of want you to understand the essence of spirituality and who you truly are. It's very important to me to deliver that message to you, because I think it'll help you start seeing life from a very different perspective, and you'll start empowering yourself as a result. Speaking of power, let's get into the elk here. So for the elk, if you want to read along, it says, stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many challenges. An elk personality, just want to make sure you see this, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. When in balance, supportive, kind, consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high and mighty. To bring into balance, eat and drink more consciously. Wow. Isn't that interesting how I was talking about eating it, well, thinking, being more mindful, eating and drinking more consciously. That's another message there for you. When was the last time you truly enjoyed your meal? Were you on your phone the last time that you ate, or were you watching a movie? Engaging your mind in something other than the food and drink that you were consuming. Right? So when we actually start to pay attention to the textures, to how many times it takes you to chew, to feeling just the texture of the food in your mouth and the different flavors and nuances of flavor within the meal, you really start to appreciate that which nourishes you. Because every time you eat, this is nourishment from Mother Earth, from Gaia. And this is a very, very highly spiritual thing. We tend to see the material as mundane. And yes, it is, but there is a beauty in the fact that it's so mundane. And we tend to take for granted the very things that sustain us. Like water, for example, the same thing with that. One thing that I like to do with my water is bless it and say to it, thank you, and hold it close to my chest and my heart space, and kind of just allow myself to feel love and joy and happiness. I'm doing this right now and it feels lovely. But being able to put that energy into my water. And so there's actually been some experiments on water and the power of it to be able to hold a vibration, because it's very sensitive to vibration. So there were experiments done where people would hold like a cup of water and they would send it love and think loving thoughts and happy thoughts and all that good stuff, gratitude, and they would freeze the water. And when they froze the water, they saw these beautiful fractals of sacred geometry within the frozen water, which is incredible. It just goes to show you the power of thought. And they did the same thing with another group of people, but instead with that water, that cup of water, they sent it anger and hatred and vicious thoughts that were just very negative. Very, very like shadow side kind of emotion. And when they froze the water, you could see the vast difference in the water was that it was very chaotic. There was no beauty in it at all. It was just pure chaos. It didn't make any sense, right? We're like what, 70, I think it's 90% water. I don't know. I'm not going to even pretend like I remember. But we are mostly comprised of water, right? So water, if water carries that vibration, then we're carrying around whatever vibrations that we're resonating with, right? So that I'm sorry to really go on to a very highly spiritual tangent here, but this is what my channel is all about. So if you enjoy this, I do hope that you found some sort of clarity or some kind of like another aha moment, because that's kind of what I'm here for. So Sagittarius, there's a lot of good energy coming through in your reading after a period of heaviness and heartbreak. Spirit's basically encouraging you to pursue whatever it is that idea that you had was, that creative idea. Take that sexual energy and transmute it into creation. Because the sacral chakra is also associated with sex, and it's associated with creativity. So they're both one and the same. Remember, when you have sex and there's no protection involved, and it's you create a child, right? And sex, and of course, sex doesn't need to end on the physical as well. In the spiritual, when you come into sexual union with somebody, you're in a sense creating sexual, spiritual babies, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of creativity in our sexuality, and sexuality is definitely something to be celebrated and enjoyed. There's no sense to being ashamed of it at all. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling here. Thank you so much for having joined me here today, Sagittarius. I really appreciate you. If you stick through here to the end, with more reason, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I know my videos for the month can be quite long, but I want to say I appreciate you. If you have not heard it from somebody today, I want you to know that you are beautiful, okay? I think you're absolutely beautiful. You're a wonderful human being, and I want to thank you once again for being here. So I'm sending you much love and light. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.